The Philadelphia High School for Girls, also known as Girls High to Philadelphians, was opened in 1814 at Chester Street and Maple Street. As one of the few public institutions for women, enrollment continued to grow until the school had once again needed a bigger building. In 1893, the high school and normal school separated into two distinct institutions. Girls High instituted a 3-year curriculum that focused on business class. This was unusual for the time since women were discouraged for participating in business careers. In 1898, Girls High offered Latin and science courses designed to prepare females for higher level education. It was only 25 years later that the school had once again outgrown its faculty. Then, Girls High moved to its current location on Broad Street and Olney Avenue in 1958. Since the founding of the Philadelphia High School for Girls, female education had improved dramatically. Girls High contributed itself to feminism in the 19th century, empowering women to gain equality in the United States. In only 160 years, it has provided leadership and guidance for a generation of women, which is still encouraged today. One of the most influential women was Jessie Redmond Faucett. Jessie Redmond Faucett was born April 27, 1882, in Cadman, New Jersey. In 1900, Faucett graduated with distinguished honors from the Philadelphia High School for Girls as the only African-American student. After graduating from Philadelphia High School for Girls, she attended Cornell University, where she was accepted into the Honor Society Phi Beta Kappa. She then received her master's art degree from the University of Pennsylvania in 1929. In 1919, W.E.B. Du Bois requested Faucett to take the position as a literary editor of the Crisis magazine, which was the official publishing of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. She also wrote the novel Plum Bun, which is known to be her most acclaimed work. Unfortunately, during her lifetime, Faucett wasn't highly recognized for her work. Today, she is known to be a great historical figure and is recognized for her success in writing, editing, teaching, and translating. Another inspirational alumni is Dorothy Kappenstein. She graduated in January of 1946. Her legacy still continues today.
Pearl Harbor happened in December 1941. The United States went to war at that point. I came to Girls High in January 42 and stayed until January 46. My first 3.5 years were wartime years. And then my last 6 months at Girls High, President Roosevelt died in August of 45. President Truman took over, and treaties were signed and the war ended. But my years at Girls High were wartime years. I majored at Penn. I majored in medieval history and became my actual field of endeavor was the history of medieval Spain and the relationships between Jews, Arabs, and Christians, and the literature that they produced, scientific and poetic. I studied Arabic undergraduate, and then, 3 years graduate of Penn, and then 2 years after that at another university, and I studied medieval history. You know, I think we respected our traditions very much. We had our code of honor and courtesy. Do they still teach that? The code, I'll get it for you, and you can read it to the girls. Okay. We respected those traditions, but we were told to prepare for the future. Honor the past and the present, but prepare for the future. What you learned today and what your older sisters learned yesterday should stay up there and get you ready for the future. Everything that's past is part of the future. And I hope that's still going on. I don't get into classrooms here often, although I have come to speak to classes, and some of you may be unfortunate enough to have me for career day. But I'll talk about how great it is to be a teacher. But don't believe a word of it.
All right, thank you.
Perhaps the most influential graduate from Girls High is the current principal of the Philadelphia High School for Girls.
My name is Dr. Parthenia Arnita Moore, and I am a Girls High girl. My experience at the Philadelphia High School for Girls back those many years ago when I was a student were phenomenal. I learned what it meant to be a young woman who had goals and aspirations, and I learned how to ensure that I put in place all of the standards and the criteria that I would need to make sure that I fulfilled my own goals. So for me, my experiences at the Philadelphia High School for Girls have led me to where I am today. I do not think, in fact, I know that had I not attended this school as a student, I would not be where I am today. Philadelphia High School for Girls, in that we're the only single-gender female school left in the city of Philadelphia, is one that we purport to all who come into our doors that single-gender education is so important. It's important for girls to understand they have a voice. It's important for them to understand that they don't have to wait for someone else to speak up before they do. It's important that they understand that they can get involved in any activity they want to and be the best person on that team, in that club, in the class. They can aspire to be the scientists, the doctors, the lawyers, the philanthropists, remembering to give back to Girls High where they make a lot of money out there. They can do all the things that they want to do. Girls High build leaders. That's one of the things that we are known for. And you're right, there are a lot of people out there who are leaders in our community. And through the political side, all the doctors and everyone else who comes back, engineers, you name it, we've got people out there, judges who are Girls High graduates, and they come back and they give in their own way, whether it's an internship or just allowing the girls to have a conversation with them. But you're right, there are many, many leaders out there. Girls High will never stop building leaders. Okay? I expect learning from my students to be excellent. I expect my students to achieve excellence in all that they do. I expect my teachers to work very, very, very hard to make sure that when they stand before you as students to provide instruction and to give you any information at all, that they have done their, I call it the homework. They've done their homework and they know exactly what it is that they need to teach you with all the instructional strategies that they have out here in Broad Colony. The historic nature of our school, we have such a legacy that people within our city, across the nation, and around the world know who we are. Girls High Girl to me means that, one, I know who I am. I know what I want out of life. I know how I can transfer that information to others. I know that it means respecting who I am and respecting those around me.
Since the founding of the Philadelphia High School for Girls, female education has improved dramatically. Girls High contributed itself to feminism in the 19th century, empowering women to gain equality in the United States. In only 160 years, it has provided leadership and guidance for a generation of women, which is still encouraged today.